Top of the evening. So
We're back.
We're back, ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a while.
Exactly. And honestly, we have very juicy topics to talk about today. And let's just say this. We'll be discussing coronavirus.
Disgusting?
Oh, wait. Wait, hold on.
Disgusting.
You could have left it alone.
Well,
but you
I'm
didn't.
sure they're going to know.
Well, you should have left it alone. We're going to be talking about coronavirus and people that don't know how to stay alone. Let's cheers to that.
Yep, we saved the best for last, so we're going to get into that topic.
Yep.
All right, so coronavirus. It started in March, where we had the little shutdown. People were going crazy. Oh, we're going to talk about how people lost their minds, started becoming alcoholics.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about
losing
all
themselves.
that. Right, we're going to talk about all that.
Listen,
that didn't happen to me because I've been still my workouts. I mean, as you can see. And, I just been on my shit. And I know you've been on your shit. You know what I'm saying? School, doing your thing.
It's been a rough semester.
That's what I'm talking about. And then, but yeah, you have people that, turn into alcoholics. They get fat. And they, a lot of things happen.
I got a little fat, so,
Well, you're still working at the same time. I'm talking about people literally sit down.
It had nothing to do.
Huh?
That weren't doing anything with
No,
their
really,
lives.
that really weren't doing nothing.
You're
They're
right.
just drinking every day.
But I feel like coronavirus put a lot of people in depression. So.
But I do also feel like, believe it or not, I mean, I know it may sound wrong, but I do kind of feel like coronavirus was also a blessing for certain people.
It was definitely a blessing for me. I got to save my money.
And I think it was a blessing for me too, because I got to save money too, and I have, new things coming my way. So I think I really do think it was a blessing for certain people.
I think it disciplined me because I was it disciplined me. I was so used to going out every weekend, spending my money, getting my nails done. Like my bills were piling up, and my credit cards, I was using those things. But the coronavirus definitely helped me stop those bad habits. And it kind of disciplined me, and I had to get in grind mode.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, it kind of happened for me, too, because, I used to get my haircut every week. And, coronavirus, I couldn't. But,
I definitely was not feeling myself, though, because I definitely was not feeling myself because my eyebrows, that was a different story.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm still going to get my haircut every week. So, even though I couldn't, but I'm still going to. I don't think it taught me a lesson then.
Excuse me? Put the hookah down.
No, it's good stuff. But I'm saying during the pandemic, barbershops are closed and I couldn't get my haircut every week. But to a lot of people that's like spending unnecessary money, which it is. But even though, I'm still gonna get my haircut every week. I have to.
Well, thank God for wigs because it would have been a wrap. Shout outs to Angelou. She's on it. I have like 1 million wigs from her. Thank God for the wigs because if I didn't have those wigs, it would have been a wrap. Excuse me. What's so funny? Calm down. Anyways. So yeah, let's talk about the coronavirus.
Yo, wait, hold on.
Justin, I didn't see anything so funny.
Okay, so let's continue with the coronavirus.
So yeah, coronavirus. That was like, okay, the shutdown. Let's talk about the shutdown. The shutdown forced everyone to stay home. There was nowhere to go. And I feel like for me, it made me think a lot about what I wanted to do with my life, how the job. Listen, the hookah.
Wait, excuse me.
If you can't do it.
No, I can do it. Nope.
Anyways,
it was a mistake.
It showed me like how scary the job market is, how scary the stock market is. And, it's really good to have a job in healthcare because you're always going to have a job. So that's number one thing I thought about.
Facts.
and also me being a food entrepreneur, I feel like it was also a good time for me because I could have, well, because I was in school, I didn't really have time to do any catering and stuff. I did a couple things, like a couple catering gigs, but I feel like if I really wanted to go hard with my food, I could have done that because a lot of people were ordering out. You know, I was doing DoorDash. Um, so it was just a good time for people who wanted to be entrepreneurs. I feel like that was a perfect time, especially if you were getting the unemployment money. You know, you could have done a lot of things with that.
But let's talk about how stupid people are, because the thing is that, you know, here's the thing, is that
people were getting how much, 600 a week,
like 600 a week plus their regular unemployment. But the thing is that, you know, people got the 600 extra 600 plus their unemployment, right, and used the money and thought they were fly.
Buying like bottles of 1942.
Buying 1942, by going to Gucci and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
they thought that was gonna last forever.
And the thing is that was just, you know, to me that was just dumb. Because my thing is like, just put the money away and get your shit together.
You know how many people could have saved money to put a down payment on a house? But it's that mentality where you get a lot of money you've never seen in your life and you don't know what to do with it. So you're buying bottles, you're buying name brand shit. Like, come on. The government gave you money. And what did you do with it? You bought bottles of 1942, $150 bottles every week. Like
$600 pairs of shoes. Like,
so instead of taking that money and investing in yourself, you invested into something that was
all because they want to impress the world. No, really. Like, because people want to impress other people. Because you want to know something, believe it or not, people are followers. And believe it or not,
we talked about this before. Robots
really do exist nowadays. People say, oh, robots are gonna, you know, come in the future and this and that. No, listen. They're here today.
Now. Right now.
Believe it or not, they're here today. Not us. But out there, they're here. I'm telling you.
Yeah, this definitely for some it opened up their eyes, and for some it just matter of fact, it shined a light on a lot of dumb people. Like, I've seen so many people wasting their money, and like, people don't think long term anymore. People are always thinking short term, and it really scares me that, you know, I feel like a lot of, especially minorities, we had a chance to get ahead, yet our mentalities, it's time to grow up.
It's time to grow up. That's what I'm saying. She said it first.
It's time to grow up. Especially if you're in your 20s, you're about to be 30. Like, it's time to grow up. It's time to grow up.
But I just feel like people nowadays are just so focused on trying to impress
other people.
And it's like, nah, like, it shouldn't even be like that. It should just be like, you know, you got to focus on yourself and like, fuck everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? But people are so focused on, you know, impressing. And to me, it's just, I think it's hilarious. I laugh.
I think it's disgusting.
It's entertainment, because you know, you're only getting these things because of the extra money that you're getting. You know what I'm saying? We all know. So it's like, I don't know, but I think it's funny.
Another thing, I feel like a lot of people are not comfortable with themselves, and the coronavirus definitely showed that. It showed a lot of people's insecurities. Being alone by yourself, time to think, in the house, people don't know what to do with themselves, and that just shows that a lot of people need to get in tune with themselves, because a lot of people, that's gonna go on to the next topic, because a lot of people cannot be alone. But
yeah,
we're gonna talk about that. But we're also gonna talk about how the mask thing. I feel like people are really being selfish nowadays, not wearing their mask and putting other people in danger. Mm-hmm. It's really like saddening.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people don't think the coronavirus is real, but until you're affected by it, like, until you're affected by it personally, you're not gonna understand why it's so important to be safe and take the proper procedures. There's people nowadays fighting other people because they're not wearing their mask. But
that's dumb, because when you fight them, you're gonna catch it because you're fighting them. Well, if they have it, but you know,
yeah, so
you're kind of putting yourself at risk by doing that, which is I don't know. I think that's dumb.
I don't know what the point of not wearing the mask is for. I just don't get it, but you know,
but I just think that like things been opening up. Things has been opening up, but too fast. And the thing is that people, the robots, once again, they fall for the tricks. You know what I'm saying? So they think that everything is opening up. They're like, oh, coronavirus not that serious. It's probably not even here, whatever. And it's like the thing is, it's like it's still here. It is. It's still here.
So
people are in the stores not wearing no mask and this and that. Like, believe it or not, I'm a gym head. You know what I'm saying? And when the gyms open up, you will not catch me in the gym. I'm still gonna do my home workouts because I don't trust it. You know, people really fall for the tricks like that. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, going through a coronavirus scare already, I don't want to put my family at risk at all. So listen,
excuse me,
the hookah. If you need to stop, put it down.
It was a mistake.
Yeah, I don't want to put any of my family at risk, so that's why I've been, you know, being very careful. Yeah, put your mask on. Carry hand sanitizer.
And be smart.
Please.
Don't be dumb. Don't be a robot. But, you know, we have
Don't
those...
be a robot. Don't be R-O-B-O-T. All right. Joke's over. Anyways, now.
Wait, how did you spell it?
R-O-B-O-T. Oh. Anyways, now let's get into people having a.
What do you think?
Put the down.
I know.
Listen,
no,
come on.
No, because I had a question. Do you think that we covered everything with the coronavirus? I'm trying to think. Did we cover everything that we had to say about, you know, these robots and the pandemic?
Tell people. Oh, let's talk about the time I was on the bus and these little boys came on the bus and they sat right next to me. Do you know how mad I was? And then they had the nerve to spill water on me. I was so mad. And I'm like,
listen, the bus was damn near empty.
And they chose
to sit right next to us. I'm like, and our area. I'm like, you know, like.
I was so mad because I'm just like, are you serious? All the spots on the bus and you chose to sit next to me.
Meanwhile, there's fucking corona going around 6 feet apart. And the thing is that they say 6 feet apart. I feel like ever since they said that, people just get closer to you. Like, I just feel like they just do it on purpose. Because, you know, they don't. Like, I mean, that wasn't 6 feet apart on the bus, was it?
I was so mad. You don't even understand. But yeah, people are just so careless, and it's really getting annoying. Take care of yourself. Take care of other people.
A lot of people are just not taking it serious, and that's all it is.
They'll take it serious when we're on another shutdown. I'll tell you that much.
I'll give it about like a month.
I say September, October. Okay. Do you think we covered everything with the coronavirus?
I think we did.
Okay, let's get into loneliness. So, you know.
So what do you think about, you know, people that can't be alone? And what are the signs of those things?
Speaking from a point of view of me just getting out of a relationship, you know, it was hard for me to, you know, think about why being alone is such an important thing. It's very important to get to know yourself. It's very important to be alone and figure yourself out. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of people don't have those capabilities to just be by themselves. They're always looking for something, someone, and that to me is a sign of insecurity. It shows you're not comfortable with yourself. You need somebody to validate your worth. Mm-hmm. And to me, I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
About loneliness?
About people not knowing how to be alone.
That is a big insecurity because, you know, you need somebody to make yourself happy. And it's like, you shouldn't need anybody to make yourself happy. You should just, you know, make yourself happy.
I feel like you have
saying?
to be very strong-minded.
You got to be strong-minded to do that. And a lot of people are not strong-minded. You know what I'm saying?
And it shows. It really shows.
And then, you know, some people put on a front, like, you know, they are strong-minded and this and that, whatever. But a lot of people, like, they just put a front. You know what I mean? They put a front. And, you know, they need people to comfort them.
See, I'm a very independent person. Always have been, always will be. I just feel like, for me, I have goals in my life. And no other person is going to put me where I want to be. So I know that I have to do it myself. So that's why I'm comfortable with being by myself. I don't have a problem being alone. I don't have a problem being single. I don't have a problem with any of that because I feel like in order to get what you want out of life, you have to do it on your own. Nobody else is going to be there to hold your hand, carry you the way. It doesn't work like that.
Yep, it don't.
So, I mean, you know, people just really need to get in tune with themselves. Like I said with the coronavirus, that gave a lot of people time to sit there with themselves and think. And a lot of people are not strong-minded. They turn to alcohol. They turn to weed.
Exactly, right.
They turn to drugs. Like
they need something to help them out.
And that shows that there's a lot of insecurities there, and that's something that people really need to work on. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people also need to think about therapy because that is a really important thing. Mental illness is real, and people don't take it seriously. It really is real, and especially minorities, they don't like to go to therapists or go see psychiatrists because they feel like it's embarrassing or whatever the case may be. But we all need that outlet.
But if you need the help, you need the help. It is what it is. I mean, do what you gotta do.
And you should be thinking about yourself in that process.
Right.
Do you think you need help? Do you think you're going through a hard time with life? Then maybe you need to sit down and think about what your next step is going to be. Do I need to go to therapy? Do I need to, you know, sit down and write about my life? And, you know, there's so many things to get yourself, like, have an outlet for yourself. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are lost.
A lot of people are lost. A lot. And I mean, to me,
I'm not perfect, but I know I'm working on myself. And
I mean, nobody's perfect.
Being alone is a big part of that, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you need to be alone to kind of like, you know, get your mind together, your thoughts right. You know what I'm saying? But people can't handle all that. Like, they can't. They're not strong enough to do it. Like,
there's people who get out of relationships and the next thing they do is get into a whole nother relationship not even a month in. And it's just like why do you need somebody to validate your worth? You don't.
You don't. That's what I'm saying.
I know I don't.
Me neither.
So I don't know about y'all, but I don't.
Me too. I don't need nobody.
Me either. So yeah. What do you think? Well, excuse me. Excuse me.
No. Excuse me. I, you know, took a deep breath.
Anyways, so
is
there anything else we should talk about today, or should we leave it for the next episode?
What about this? What about you guys give us some topics to talk about? And we'll talk about it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we'll get into it.
Yep, I think you guys should drop a comment below. Tell us what kind of topics you want to see because, you know, we can't do it on our own. We need to know what you guys want to talk about.
We want to interact with you guys. So we want to, you know, see what, you know, you guys have in mind and we're going to talk about it. So
I think we're done for the first episode of JSquared podcast after our long break.
Season 2.
We're in season 2 right now. I hope you guys know that.
Even though season 1 had like 3 episodes.
Well, it's okay. We're starting fresh. You know, school is very hectic for me, so I don't see what the joke is, but okay. School was very hectic for me, so it's gonna be an interesting season. I feel like, especially with your help.
No, we're gonna be really on it this time.
Yep, we got a few exciting things going on. Yeah. Don't forget my food blog, Nothing But Jazz Eats, will be around NYC trying out restaurants.
Yep.
And what is JusHollywood up to?
Well, I'm about to be starting a podcast, and the podcast we are going to be on is going to be called Straight Gay New York City. So we'll be filming that soon. And, I'm still working with Chulo, so,
He has a calendar coming up.
Calendar shoot coming up, so
congratulations!
Thank you so much.
Yep. So, yes, please comment what you want to see. We want to hear what you guys have in mind. We're done?
Yep.
Toodaloo!
Toodaloo!